back talking about Vision 2020, version 2.0, which is our strategic plan in Summit School District. And Margaret, maybe I could have you introduce the work that's happened with Vision 2020, where it came from, and how it really guides the work of the district.
Sure. Vision 2020 is technically our strategic plan, but what it really is what we want for kids in our district. So we began developing Vision 2020 as our strategic plan in 2015, I think. And as we were developing that, we realized, we knew that things were going to be changing. What did Yogi Berra teach us? The future ain't what it used to be. And we knew that would be the case with the world, with education. We knew our strategic plan was going to need to adapt also. So we really designed it to be adaptable, flexible, not necessarily changing course, but we wanted to be able to update it as we went along, and that's what Vision 2020 2.0 is about.
That's awesome. The three main goals of Vision 2020. Champion student success, which really focuses on that academic achievement, making sure all of our kids are learning. Empowering student-centered learning. So we talk a lot about a little of what you mentioned, Kerry. The idea that students should drive their own learning, and that we need to be using instructional technology, our One to World initiative, blended learning models, really making sure we're focused on authentic problem solving and preparing our kids for college or career. And then that third goal, which is about developing caring learners, making sure that we're paying attention to the social and emotional side of our children and providing the skills they need to have strong interpersonal relationships. What's different now that we're headed into a version 2.0? If those three goals are staying the same, how are we adapting and becoming more flexible with those three goals?
Sure. Well, I can give you an example specifically with the empowering student-centered learning. We have talked a lot about that over the summer. With the board has had conversations. We've worked together with the district leadership team and the principals to talk about what that really means. Originally, we had some goals some items under that goal, which were like our One to World program, which is where every student has a device. STEM, we had blended learning, and so we talked about those are things that we do, but does that mean that okay, we're done with that goal on Vision 2020? No, just because we have one-to-one student devices doesn't mean, okay, we've done that, we checked it off the list. So we sort of tweaked those items under the student-centered learning to be what we want those outcomes to be for students. We've given them the device. Now we want them to use their technology to really learn and to use instruction to teach them with that technology as a tool. STEM, what are we really trying to get to? Or creative, critical thinking, authentic problem solving, those kinds of things. So we've taken the items that they were listed as, and really just turn those into what are the outcomes we want for students? How do we want them to be able to think within our International Baccalaureate framework? Those are skills they need to be 21st century thinkers, to be successful after high school, to be problem solvers. And that kind of thing. So we're updating.
Yeah, we're updating. And I really like those examples, because I do think for us, when we embarked on Vision 2020 in the year 2015, it was a 5-year plan. And the first 2 years were spent, at least in that goal, focused on, all right, how do we get a laptop or a Chromebook or an iPad in the hands of every student, and what does that mean in a classroom? How will that change what we're doing? And we focus so much really on that process. Now we're at the point we get to focus on the learning. So I think you did a nice job capturing that. What, from an instructional perspective, Kerry, what changes has the district made to support the implementation of Vision 2020 version 2.0.
Right, and I think the big connection that we need to make is that Margaret talked about the outcomes and what we want for kids, and we know that, you know, that would be great if it just happened magically, but it doesn't, and we know that there's that learning piece of it, but there's the really important piece of the teaching, and we know that the more that we support our teachers and our staff and the models of instruction in every classroom, in every school in our district, that's where also we're going to get the impact for students and really achieve those outcomes that we want in Vision 2020 version 2.0. And so one of the things that we've done this year is we have actually trained coaches for every building. We know in the big world that everybody needs a coach of some kind, whether it's a life coach or a swim coach or a ski coach. And our teachers need coaches to talk about instruction and meeting the needs of many different kinds of learners. And so we have over 50 teachers that have undergone cognitive coaching. They've had 4 days already. They'll have 4 more days of really intensive training. And those coaches in the buildings now are really connecting with teachers in a really authentic way. It's about meeting halfway. It's about, what do you need? What can I offer? How do we work together to really meet the needs of kids? And so that cognitive coaching piece is something that we've committed to, because it takes time and it takes people who have that drive both on the receiving end and on the giving end. So I'm excited to see about what kinds of results we'll get at the end of this year.
You're hitting on something that I think is so important, and we've tried to communicate this internally, but I think it's worth noting also for our community that, you know, as an athlete, for example, gets better and better at their sport, when they hit the Olympics, they don't have just one coach, they've got several coaches, right? The coaching experience becomes more intensive as the athlete gets better. And the fact that we've focused on coaching in our buildings isn't to say our teachers are not doing their job. As a matter of fact, they are doing so well. We're trying to figure out, how do we get better at this when we are having success in the classrooms, when kids are learning? How do we do it even better? How do we enrich that experience? How do we make sure that every single kid is plugged in whatever piece of curriculum we're working on? So I think it's important to emphasize that this really is about lifting up and supporting, as you said, making sure everybody feels they've got a partner in the work that they're doing.
Absolutely. You know, teaching can be a little bit of an isolating kind of profession where, you know, you go in your classroom and you do your thing, and this is going to bring people out of their classrooms and together, as well as pushing people into classrooms. Along with coaching, we have co-teaching going on. So often there are 2 teachers in classrooms, and really co-teaching, not one person kind of supervising and one teaching, but really 2 teachers teaching. And so just maximizing everything that we're doing every day. And you're so right, Julie, that our teachers are of such high caliber that they really deserve this coaching. And I think that that's where we started with, is what else can we do to make sure that we are giving them everything they need to be the best they can be, because that's what they strive for every day. And I would say from the district level, we've tried to do that as well. We've redefined some positions there so that we are really being strategic around Vision 2020 version 2, and really saying, and having buildings identify their needs, but also saying, you know, as a district, we're working on, for example, math growth. So what does that look like? And so we're offering some extra support in the area of math. We are looking at the instructional technology piece. We are providing much more time and effort around data so that people get the information so they can do something with it. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. I look forward to see what version 2.0 brings us in the district, you know, and again, it's a roadmap, it's a guide, it's a blueprint. You can find version 2.0 of Vision 2020, lots of 2s in all of that, on our website again, summitk12.org. And I want to end today on something almost at the place where we started, and that was talking about the community support for our schools. And Margaret, the school board has chosen a certain focus area for this year. Maybe you can share that, and also a special invitation to our viewers today.
Oh, sure. Well, the board met this summer, and we talked about our priorities for the year. And one of our priorities, which has come up a number of times in several different ways, all fell under the same common theme of how do we let our community know how much we appreciate those partnerships, all the effort, all the support that we get throughout the year. We started to put together a list. It's a daunting project because we've got countless community partners every step of the way. But we really do want to make it a priority this year to, and every year moving forward, to just let our community know how much we appreciate them and that we could not do all this wonderful work without them. It really makes a huge difference. So our first step is we would love to invite all of our community partners, our entire community, whether you have students in the school district or not, or you're a direct partner with the school district or not. We'd love to see you all come out to homecoming this year, which is Friday, October 20th at 6 o'clock. And remember to wear green to show your Summit Tiger Pride and get into the game without paying admission. But we'd love to see as many community partners and as many community supporters there as possible.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and I hope we'll have other opportunities and ways to thank our many partners. Certainly our parents. We can't thank our parents and our staff and you know that close-knit family that we have in Summit School District. Everything that everyone does for kids makes us better, makes us stronger. Thanks for joining us today on our Summit School District Spotlight. For additional information on any of the topics we've covered today, again, visit our website or give us a call at Summit Schools, 368-1000. Don't forget to come to the homecoming game here at Summit High School. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will win, of course. We promise that every year. And we'll also try to promise some good weather. Sometimes it can be a little cold. October 20th, you never know, we might have snow. But wear your tiger green. You'll get in for free. And we look forward to seeing any of our community partners attending board meetings, coming to school events, or getting even more involved than you already are. We do appreciate your support.